Welcome to this new video. And today we're talking about a great motivational topic, and it's that you are an extreme asset to this world. And I'm very happy that I'm talking about this, and I'm very motivated to share this because it's so important to understand this deeply on a self-healing journey. If you want to understand your chronic pain, if you want to understand why you're here, why you came here, and if you want to curate a relationship with yourself, build the trust with yourself, self-love with yourself, and really understand this deeply. And the most important thing about this, the fact that you are an extreme asset to this world, is what we often, I would say, neglect, or what growing up we don't realize, is that you're the only one who really needs to understand this deeply in order for you to shift the perspective, to transform your life, to enable yourself to do what you want to do, to be brave enough to step into the unknown, out of your comfort zone. You need to build that foundation that once you fall back to this. So once you understand that you're the extreme asset, and only your being here is not only enough, but it enables you to all. Your being here enables you to all. There is no deserving something. Just your being here gives you the right to all. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Okay, you have the right to be here if you have been born here onto this world, if you incarnated in this world. That's your right to be here. And the right goes to all the aspects of your life. That's a natural state. The right of abundance, the right of worthiness, the right of love, because all of those aspects are actually inside you. And so you need to bring this. That's why we talk about it, or that's why I'm putting it out there, that you really need to understand this, because most probably the people that love you already see you as an asset. And if, as I talked about this in a different video, if what they are saying to you doesn't make you feel that way, that is only because people talk the way they talk to themselves. So the way they're talking to you, it's the way they're actually talking to themselves. That's the only way they know how to communicate at this moment. And so I have come across people that have been, I would say, verbally abused and wouldn't understand, wouldn't have that self-worth and self-confidence in themselves, because they have been taught many different things, like you're gonna fail, you're nothing, you're not an asset to this world. Okay, and this is all great, because now is the moment you need to understand they're only speaking about themselves. And the only one, because deep inside, unfortunately, if we've been raised this way or similar way, we don't think highly of ourselves. Okay, we have learned, this is a learning thing, we have learned to not think highly of ourselves, to punish ourselves if you're feeling chronic pain. That's a learned coping mechanism. To think low of yourself, and most importantly, to not be your first choice. But who else is gonna be your first choice than you? Only you can understand what you're feeling. Only you can work with your own energy. Only you can put out your boundaries. But probably you haven't been told this, and you haven't been taught this, and that's okay. But it comes to a point, usually it's the point where we're lost, and there's nothing else left, that we need to understand that we are the biggest asset in our lives. So we need to start taking care of that asset. If you want the reality around you to transform you, you really need to start noticing yourself for how great you are in the little things, and building up that trust until you as an asset becomes so worthy, you adjust your boundaries so much that everything transforms into this luxurious dream of yours, that luxurious reality that isn't something you are meant to deserve. No matter how hard you're going to be working yourself down, that's not going to get you there. Hard work isn't bringing you more. That's just an illusion we've been brought up with. Working hard and going through over your pain, through can be used in a good way, but going over yourself, neglecting yourself throughout the process will not get you ahead. That will not make you your biggest asset. You will become your biggest asset in the reality, because you already are your biggest asset, but in terms of what you see around yourself, in terms of you wanting to transform the way the world looks around you, the way people treat you, the way you're being paid, the way you're being, talked to, spoken to, that will not transform until you transform the way you view yourself. And you need to understand that there is no deserving things. That is an illusion we've been brought up with. If you work harder, then you deserve. That was the raising mechanism of punishment and reward. But the reality doesn't work this way. The reality works. We can only punish ourselves, and we can only award ourselves. We're the only ones that can punish ourselves, and we're the only ones we can reward ourselves, because it is our choice of how we choose to see what people tell us or how people behave towards us. It is our choice to say no to a person that's not treating us right, that isn't telling us what we want to hear. It's as simple as that. And with this, the step before this, of having people telling you, wow, you're so great, you can do this, and supporting you, you need to become your biggest supporter. Otherwise, these people won't even show up in your life. And this is where the magic happens. This is where the coincidence and the by chance, we call it, happens, but it's not by chance. It's by your doing. As you start seeing yourself as an asset, then the people that see you as an asset will start showing up, not the other way around. You're not here to prove yourself to somebody, but you're here to be noticed by yourself. You have to make yourself your best friend, your biggest asset. You must respect yourself the most in order for the people around you to start treating you differently. It's never going to be the other way around. You're never going to be able to make someone treat you better. You can't fight for this. You can't work for this. You can't deserve this. Because the reality is you're already that asset that you're looking for. You're already that love that you're looking for. You're already that light, that creativity, that abundance. It's all hidden inside you. But until you don't allow yourself to see it, it's not going to start manifesting in your life. And you need to also allow yourself to do what you want to do, because this also isn't going to come from the outside. There will be no one coming and giving you that permission. Yeah, do what you want to do. Because they are scared and they will always try to protect you first. The fear that's inside you will be resonating outside. If you are scared to make that step, then those around you will also be scared and will be discouraging you from taking the leap, taking the chance, following your intuition of doing what you know you want to do, but you're not doing it. You're not taking that next step because of not only your fear, but the mirror of your fear in other people around you. So until you become okay with that fear, because we don't have to get rid of fear to do things, we just take that fear in our bag and go with it. I really love this. This is how I used to cope a lot of my life, and this is how I used to jump into big decisions, like going away for 6 months to travel in Latin America by myself. I just took the fear with me. You're not meant to be fearless. You're not meant to be so brave that there's no fear. That's not the point. But you must acknowledge, I'm scared, I'm afraid, I have this fear, but I'll do it anyway. I'll try and I'll learn. We're only here to learn. You can't really grasp onto things. You can't really grasp onto people. You can't really own things. That's just an illusion. All of this is an illusion. And the limiting yourself of how others view you and how others pay you, treat you, everything of this is only the mirror of how you view yourself. So building this trust is essential if you want to heal, if you want to be better, if you want to get ahead, if you want to feel better in general in the life. You have to understand. You choose how you want to feel. And you create your feelings. You create how you're going to work with them. Okay? And especially things we feel like we can't do, which I often hear that I chose a slow way of living, and it was a journey to get to here. To have a slow, really do what you want sort of lifestyle. Do what you want and not following the energy of I have to, I must, I'm expected to do. Of course, that's something I'm still working on. It doesn't go away. It's been years and years of programming, but this is the path I chose to take. And I often hear that it's so hard to slow down in this fast world. Everyone's going so fast, so it's hard to know how to rest, to start learning how to rest, to really stop and slow down. This is again an illusion we've created for ourselves. The way you view the world is the way you have taught yourself to view the world. If you view it as fast, because I used to view it as fast, today I view it as extremely slow. Everything has slowed down because I allow myself to slow down. And so the way you view the world around you, that you feel like you're missing out on things, that you have to keep going, that you have to go to get ahead, and you have to do some things to get somewhere. That is an adopted coping mechanism again. This is how you have learned to view the world. But unfortunately, as long as you keep running in that circle of that hamster, that's only what you're gonna be seeing. Again, there won't come an impulse from the outside that will say, okay, the world is slow. But unfortunately, this is not entirely true. Accidents happen in this state. If we're going too far out of our path, there will be our body stopping us or some accidents that appear. Again, we call it chance, coincidence. But they're trying to wake you up, as is chronic pain, as are accidents. They're trying to wake you up, not like this. Try it like this. Try to slow down, try to rest, because really, without learning how to slow down, your world won't slow down. Maybe it will only keep speeding up. if you keep speeding up. And you can have a simple, slow, easy life where everything comes to you. You're no longer having to chase things like money, like people, like you need to become the magnet for things, for abundance as you work on yourself. You need to attract the wealth. But right now, if that's not the case, you're chasing it. And you're never gonna catch it. Because as long as you're chasing it, then it will always feel like it's slipping away. This is not getting ahead. This is getting exhausted and overwhelmed and burned out. Because you're not being aware of your asset. And your asset is the unique perspective on this world. You have the unique you're the only one who has this perspective on things and on the world. This is the genius zone, we call it. And if you develop the genius zone, then you're gonna become that asset. You must see that genius zone inside you, what you're good at and what comes easy to you. This is how you shift into an easy life, into an everything comes to me life. From I have to look for the answer, I have to chase that, I have to chase that, I have to impress these people, I have to do that. But you're the only one you have to impress, and you're the only one you need to start seeing. If you don't know yourself, if you don't know what you want, if you don't know how you feel, how to work with your feelings, how to work with your emotions, how to work with your energy, probably you're not going to get ahead. Probably you're not going to understand what your pain is telling you. And it's going to be still in the mode of the victim. Why is this happening to me? Why this? Why this? Why this? There's always a different perspective, and especially, I want to invite you, especially in the aspects that you think there's no other way. For example, those are some taboo adopted conditions that we have gathered on the way. For example, the way how to make money is very tabooic. Go to work and gain that money. That is actually, if you want to really study the energy of money, it is less and less. Every month you're getting less. Okay, so that is leading to the the burnout, because you're literally burning your asset, your light, your spark. You're literally burning it down. Okay, so that can be, and usually these conditions will be coated in layers of fear, of why it's like this and what kind of person you're gonna be if you do that. But this, you need to understand, they're all your stories in your head, probably stories from your ancestral line. Most of them don't work right now, otherwise you'd be feeling good. Most of them are prehistoric and aren't adding value into your life. And if you don't see that you're the value of your life, you're the only asset, and you are a great asset to this world, if you don't see it, then no one's coming to see it for you. No one's coming to save you, lift you up, because it's not possible. No one has that power to do that. Only you do. So I hope this motivates you. I hope we're going to be talking about this more further on. Let's see what the topics are. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great, assetful day. Bye.